Team Salvato has brought it to us a game that is supposed to, it should disturb us. Hello, welcome to the show. I'm your host, the Prince of Play, Solon, and it's good to see you. It's been a little while since we've gotten to do the Let's Play, and it's been way too long since we've gotten to do a visual novel together. Way too long. I think our last one was Solstice, which was like midway through last year. We're gonna rectify this. We're gonna fix that. Welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club, a game that very much warns us out the gate that it's gonna get weird, which is like, that's refreshing. It's refreshing to have a warning, because most of these visual novels are fucked up. They just are. We've played through so many where it just, everything that could possibly thought of, I think, has happened. So I'm ready if Doki Doki LC wants to, like, surprise us. I'm here for it. If you've never been to the channel before, what we do here is we analyze games, and if there's a story game, that means we will play through the story as well as analyze the important features of the story as they play through. So join me. I've never seen this game before, and so we'll be playing through in real time, in the real lives. The ding is here too. And I get a backing track. Enter the me. I'm scared that I'm gonna put my own name into this, and I'm gonna be like signing some kind of devil contract, and they're going to take my soul from me for putting my name here. We should go for a pseudonym, an alter ego. Name's Sandwich. Sandwich. We're Sandwich. Welcome to the world, Sandwich. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Alright, I will sign the pact with Satan video game. I'm nervous about this. I'm actually admittedly more nervous than I thought I would be. Around this, just there's a lot of warnings, and then a lot of people, like, begging me for attention. A lot of eye contact happening. And then all they ask me is for my name. Solon's in the game. Solon's in the game. This is now a self-insert harem visual novel. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl's Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me like this, I almost feel better off running away. I'll just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Okay, so we are establishing that we are a character who is already in the world and knows these other characters. Ha! I overslept again. I got you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Okay, so we've got a very friendly, cajoling relationship with Sayori. You say that like you would think about ignoring me. That's mean, Solon. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Solon, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already I'm not interested in joining clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. We're setting up a scenario where she could easily just tell us whatever she wants us to know. Okay. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at some clubs. We'll do the anime thing if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. That seems like that is something that will keep happening. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Sayori, what's up? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I looked around and realized I'm the only one left in the room. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... No, what? Well, then you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah! Yeah! There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less than Sayori's. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Oh, well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh, a foreshadowing sigh. Fine, I will stop by for a cupped cake, okay? Yes, let's go! We're gonna just follow Sayori and wherever she tells us that we have to go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, a new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Solon, what a surprise. Welcome to the club. Hey, everybody, how's it going, crew? All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. That's right. We haven't done this. I've been doing this whole thing for like 4 or 5 years. We've never done a harem visual novel, have we? We have not. And usually we avoid harem visual novels because they're prone to being written in a way that exaggerates the features of women and turns them into stereotypes of themselves, while also not giving the main character any personality whatsoever. And so, usually I kind of pass them on. This will be an exception, and it's exception because of the hype around it. Usually if a game gets a sudden amount of exposure and hype, I like to let it sit for a couple months in case it's gonna milkshake duck me later, which I know I've heard some things. But we're here now, and we're gonna enjoy a visual novel where it's a guy, or we can name them whatever we want, specifically around a group of women. And so they're going to play on this a lot, and I'm wondering which direction they're going to go, because so far all we have seen is that our friend Sayori is very pressuring. She's very pressuring and has already told us multiple things that we did not think were true, but now she is saying that they are true. Gonna hold on to that. I'm not gonna say anything. We'll get through this together. Incredibly cute girls. Cue me some incredibly cute girls. They're cute. They're cute. They're all right. They're okay. What are you looking at? You want to say something? Say it. Sorry? Natsuki. Girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's possibly a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You could just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh, well, it's nice to meet you both. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? Yeah, that's right. It's great to see you again, Solon. Monika smiles sweetly. Ah! We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl. Monika was the most girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. There's something about this pose. I've seen this pose a bunch of times, and every single time I see it, it reminds me of the horse prince dating sim where you date a literal horse. I don't know why. But something about this pose that's just like really angular. An extreme pose. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little what? Feels a little what, main character? You about to say manipulative? Oh no. Okay, you too, Monika. You too. Come sit down, Solon. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'm getting them. Sorry, I got a little excited. Then how about you make us some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one more space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand, in case you haven't forgotten their names yet. They're gonna say them a whole bunch of times. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy, cupped cakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, and then Monika and I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with a mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite of the forbidden fruit. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. This is an interesting way to start, is that we've joined this club, and now we are taking communion with the 4 other girls in the club. That seems like it's going to be very important later on, just as a running trope. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down onto this cupped cake. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this somewhere before. Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Alright, Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupped cake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. No. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that it was cupped cake. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I am surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare the events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. I feel like we're going through all these questions that are just like really important questions that you want to ask to make sure a club is legitimate or not. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. We got it. Everyone's in agreement. We did it. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Except we haven't really talked about, what does your club do? Though I don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about books. They keep using the word literature. They're like, this is literature! We're reading literature! So, Solon, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read ever, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. That can change. We could change that. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. What about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about reading. She seems reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up. She finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Hopefully, if we ask this question to everyone, we can gather a little bit of knowledge about what drives them as characters. She wants big worlds. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I have once read a horror book. I desperately grasp something. Anything I can relate to at the minimal level. This is how I feel whenever I talk about books, too. Is like, I've once flipped many pages in most of a book. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, I can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ah, I once read Neuromancer. That's it. That's all the books. I remember once reading that. It was for a school class. I didn't read any other books that semester because I didn't want to read them. Ugh, I hate horror! Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting? It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. Give it back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sari sidles up next to Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulder. I am not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Sometimes I write a poem. What do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? Nah, no. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri then. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. We could just write some poems, guys. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. And the next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Solon? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. Let me throw a little monkey wrench into this whole cute situation happening here. What's that? Now that we're at the original topic, me joining the club while I'm here, can we, have a little conversation about, I would never said I was gonna join this club. Sayori might have convinced me to stop by. I never made that decision. Please don't force this. I want to look at other clubs. I've got other things I want to do. I lost my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm just like, oh, they're so sad. All of them, they look so sad. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought. Solon, how dare you? I can't do it. I can't be. I'm a literature club now. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with beautiful girls. Right. Okay. I have decided, then. I will join the literature club. Boing! All rise for the proclamation of the club joiner. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. You really scared me. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Lit Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me one more time. Solon, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, self-expression's not my forte. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Solon, since we're here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she has clubs. Alright, what the hell? Yay! 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 With that, the two of us depart the club room, and we out. Whole way, I'm wandering between all these girls. You got Sayori, you got Natsuki, you got Yuri, you got Monica, of course. He's got that little extra. Of course, we can never forget about the girl with the horsehair, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. It's like, y'all are in a club. There's only one reason to be in a club, and that's to hang out with other people. I grew up in doing swimming because it allowed me the most time to hang out with other people, as opposed to other sports where you had to work hard. And so I would swim hard, and then just hang out and say dumb shit in the locker rooms. And then we all go home and eat pastas together because you had to carb load. It was the best ever. Like why would I want to do anything else? I didn't necessarily have much interest in swimming, and then that changed over time. Hopefully, maybe for Lit Club Solon, maybe he'll grow to learn to love books or something. For some reason, I feel like maybe that's not where this is gonna go. But thank you for joining us. Thank you for letting us get involved in the lives of these 5 little childrens. Next time on Doki Doki Literature Club and on Solonface Interesting Brand Network, we're gonna go write a poem. We're gonna write a great poem. I expect you all to bring me a poem for the next episode. So when that starts up, I want to see really good poems from everybody. I'll write a poem for you too. I'll write a really good one. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time for more of the Prince of Play.